Hello, in this video I'll answer assignment 1, part 1 and part 2. Part 1, question 1. What are the differences between consecutive and simultaneous interpretation? Consecutive interpretation is the type of interpretation requires no special equipment. Interpreters use their notes taking during the speech. In this type of oral translation, the interpreter stands next to the speaker. The speaker will speak for a maximum of 5 minutes. In the meantime, the interpreter writes down everything the speaker says on an interpreting pad. When the speaker has finished speaking, the interpreter begins to repeat what the speaker has said in another language based on his or her notes. But simultaneous interpretation is a mode of interpreting in which the speaker makes a speech and the interpreter reformulates the speech into a language his audience understands at the same time. Well, question 2, types of interpretation. There are many types of interpretation. The first one is consecutive interpretation. This type of interpretation requires no special equipment. Interpreters use their notes taking during the speech. And the second type is simultaneous interpretation, which is a mode of interpreting in which the speaker makes a speech and the interpreter reformulates the speech into a language his audience understands at the same time. The third is whispered interpreting, similar to simultaneous interpretation in that the interpretation takes place simultaneously with the speaking, but is characterized by no requirement or special equipment, and the interpretation is whispered to only few people. Fourth is written text interpreting, which is the interpretation of a piece of paper simultaneously. Sign language interpreting. The fifth one is sign language interpreting, which is the interpretation for deaf people. Remote interpreting, which is the interpretation where the first speaker might be in a country and the second speaker might be in another country and the interpreter might be in a third country. Well, question 3. How can you as an interpreter identify your weakness? Well, we can say that the best way to identify your weakness is to record yourself. You give yourself the chance to listen to yourself for a long time. You can notice which area in your interpretation you need to improve, and you must know that always you can do better. Well, part 2. Read the following paragraph and interpret it. On the 371 day of the aggression on Gaza, the Israeli occupation committed 4 massacres in several areas of the Strip during the past 24 hours, which led to the martyrdom of 61 Palestinians and the injury of 231 others, according to the Ministry of Health in the Strip. وفي اليوم 371 من العدوان على غزة، قام الاحتلال الإسرائيلي بارتكاب 4 مجازر في مناطق مختلفة من قطاع غزة في 24 ساعة الماضية، مما أدى إلى استشهاد 61 فلسطينيا وإصابة 231 آخرين، وفقا لوزارة الصحة في القطاع. The occupation also tightened its suffocating siege on the northern Gaza Strip, especially on the city of Jabalia. وقام الاحتلال الإسرائيلي بتشديد حصاره الخانق على شمال غزة، خصوصا على مدينة جباليا. For its part, the Palestinian resistance said that its fighters destroyed an Israeli troop carrier in Beit Lahia, north of Gaza, killing and wounding its crew. ومن جانبها أعلنت المقاومة الفلسطينية أن مقاتليها دمروا ناقلة جند إسرائيلية في بيت لاهيا شمال غزة، مما أدى إلى مقتل وإصابة طاقمها.